On the southern U.S. border lies one of the largest binational communities of the world. The city of El Paso, Texas, and its Mexican counterpart, Ciudad, Juarez, form a single urban area separated by the Rio Grande River, which serves as a natural boundary. The cross-border dynamics between both communities have created unique bonds. An example of this is the mission work performed by U.S. doctors on the Mexican side just 100 yards from the borderline at the Femap Hospital. For the past 36 years, Dr. Jacob Heidemann and his team have crossed the border every month to provide free orthopedic care to children who cannot afford it.
Well, this is a truly binational community. The borders were very open at that time when I first started here with Femap, and they wanted to expand.
Hola, doctor, ¿cómo está? Bien, gracias, adelante.
So we said we'd give it a try. We started out with just a few patients, and we just kept growing from there. No problemas. The idea was to see what could be done and develop a clinic here. It's limited what we can do. We try to do the best we can.
¿Cuántos años?
6 años.
6. ¿Qué es el problema?
Él tiene retraso psicomotor, se para de puntas.
¿Te duele?
Sí, doctor.
Ok, lo siento. ¿Puede levantar los brazos?
Levanta los bracitos.
I met Dr. Heidemann soon after he moved to El Paso. And he said, you know, I'm going to go to this clinic in Juarez. Do you want to go? Just go one time with me. And we've been coming here a long time. Necesita práctica en la casa caminando, okay? I've learned so much. And I think it made me a much better therapist because, again, when you come and you have, say, 20 kids to see and we're only here for a couple hours, you really learn to focus on what is the most important thing that you can do that day.
Well, he may benefit from a surgery. I started coming here with my dad as a child. When I reminisce about my father coming to Juarez every month to take care of kids and to help a community in need, it's 100% shaped my career and my vision and the patient population I enjoy taking care of the most. Patients who have cerebral palsy and other neuromuscular conditions. This clinic is really the motivation for all of that for me.
Tu pierna se hizo más grande. Pues sí, pues ya creciste. El aumento lo tengo que hacer así. I've been coming to this hospital as a part of the team, Dr. Heidemann's team, for 23 years. We come across the border. We enjoy the work that we do so much with these kids because we know that most of the times if we are not able to provide them with the services that they need, they're probably not going to have them.
Es algo así para que si el zapato
In the United States, we get custom-made braces for the kids. But over here, they're very expensive. So we would bring braces and we would find children who fit into those braces, even though they were custom-made for someone else. It still worked and it helped a lot in their ability to move and maybe to stand and maybe to walk.
We are very fortunate to have a lot of people donate a lot of braces, a lot of equipment from our own patients in El Paso, and then we keep it here in the hospital. And so when children come in and they need something, then we go searching our little bank of braces and equipment that we have, hopefully finding something that'll help them.
One time we did a count, I would say we probably seen over 10,000 patients, and we probably operated on over at least 1,000.
Suéltame esta pierna.
It's the
definitely a unique place to be when you live in the border because you face two extremes. When you see the people here, you see the need and the lack of resources. But at the same time, you see how the people here use the limited resources they have to the best of their abilities.
This isn't because of any one doctor. This is a group of people working together. It's a team approach, and that's what makes this work.
Femap, for the most part, has made it very simple and easy. There's the staff that are in constant communication. Most everyone there is just pretty much loving what they do, and they're doing it out of love and passion for kids. But it is a challenge operating across countries where the border is relatively restricted. Obviously, things can be a challenge.
To keep it extended?
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone's giving together because no one can do it alone. And on a border, an international border, especially when now you've had kind of emphasis on what's bad about it and walls, certain things are necessary. We're sovereign nations, I understand all that, but if you have a calling that is so high, you transcend all those, you even forget about it.
For so many years, it was just the three of us, Dr. Fisher, Dr. Heinemann, myself, or the three disciplines at least. Now we actually have doctors that are recognizing the fact that it's not that hard to help out. I mean, how many doctors do we have in El Paso? How many professionals do we have in El Paso that could do this very easily?
In 2017, Femap reached out to Dr. Vernon Burke and Dr. David Yates, hoping to launch an oral and maxillofacial program in their Juarez clinic. The idea was to replicate Dr. Heidemann's successful orthopedic program under a new specialty.
We started this clinic about 5 years ago, and our goal was to provide equal care to 5 minutes away in El Paso, here.
Well, the challenges with doing, especially a unique surgery that we are trying to do here, is building up the infrastructure and the knowledge in the people that surround the patient. So you got to kind of build your teams over time.
Hey, everyone. It's a real team effort. It requires the speech and language pathologist, and really the last missing part of our team was the audiologist and the ENT, and now with the Doctor's Chow, we have kind of completed that. So the care given here is now actually exceeding the care that's even required by the national organization in the United States.
A pesar de que son cirugías muy seguidas una de la otra. Soy de Costa Rica, cirujana maxilofacial, tengo una subespecialidad en cirugía de labio y paladar hendido y por ende cirugía craneofacial. La primera vez que vine a la asociación de Femap, al trabajo de misión, fue en grupo, con mis colegas y con varios asistentes. Nos recibieron con brazos abiertos, con personal disponible para que individuos extranjeros pudiéramos venir a cooperar.
Él le va a dar las indicaciones.
And if water goes in there, just watch out for drainage.
Muy bien.
Okay. I'm a pediatric otolaryngologist or ENT surgeon, and I'm originally from Pennsylvania. My wife and I just moved to El Paso. Coming over to Juarez, we're seeing specifically young kids and young kids with cleft palate, cleft lip, and craniofacial anomalies.
Estamos aquí en Ciudad porque mi niña nació con labio leporino y paladar hendido y gracias a los doctores nos han apoyado, nos han ayudado con sus cirugías y ella quiere ser una doctora.
The standard time to close a wide open cleft palate is between 10 and 18 months. So before, when we would come here and there was no clinic, you would see these open palates years and years down the road. But if the child's palate is repaired at 10 months, they are able to learn how to speak with an intact palate.
vocecita va, mamá, así como que va por arriba, sabemos que es una pregunta. No.
Yo trabajo con los niños con labio y paladar hendido y otras deformaciones craniofaciales. Muchas veces cuando los niños nacen con un defecto así, batallan para decir muchos fonemas.
Sartén, sartén, sartén. En la tercera, suelto la nariz. Sartén. Otra vez.
Sartén.
¡Óndale!
Me siento muy orgullosa de pertenecer a un tipo de misión voluntaria en la que yo puedo ver mi paciente dentro de un mes, dentro de 2 meses, 3 y 6 y 1 año, etc. ¿Faltaste a la escuela hoy? ¿Cómo te ha ido con el ojito, mi amor? Se ve bastante bien, porque se ve súper bien esto. Nos vemos en 1 o 2 meses, ¿sí? ¿Te parece? ¿Cuál es la materia que más te gusta?
Todos los libros.
¿Todas te gustan?
I think Diego is the case that most exemplifies what we do here. After he was born, he kept losing weight and having vomiting every time his mom would try to feed him. And he had become a mystery in why he wasn't thriving. I asked the Children's Hospital if they would collaborate with us. We were able to bring him across, fix his pyloric stenosis. He gained weight, and then we were able to close his cleft lip and his palate here at Femap.
Every time I see that kid, I know he would not be alive. And he looks great. And he's fat and happy, and he's just a normal kid, and he still screams every time he sees us. So he's one of those kids, you know, that I'll never forget Diego.
So this is a process where we grow bone slowly with the objective of taking his teeth, and they're like this right now. Hey. See, your teeth are like this right now? And to make them like this. My work at Femap is my purest practice because when I'm here, I'm not bound by money or insurance companies. So it really takes all the distraction out and leaves it in its purest form.
I can provide services to those who need my services versus having maybe a middleman in the insurance industry saying, well, no, this patient can no longer receive care because maybe they've exhausted their benefits.
¿Y cómo hacen los patos?
I think third-party payers have really affected our practice and the way we practice. And we can't always do what we want to do because it's not a billable thing. And so I think being a volunteer, you don't have to worry about that.
And it's not just my surgery fellows, it's all of the team of Femap. It's a really beautiful group that is going back and forth.
I think Femap does an outstanding job at safely caring for our kids and our patients, and in that way I hope to continue with them.
Cuidado en esta organización que siempre tendrá las puertas abiertas para apoyar.
This is probably the largest volunteer experience that I've done in my profession, so it's really nice to see how much this program has grown and has been sustainable.
The work environment is fantastic. I mean, everybody feels like they're on mission to do what they can to help children.
There's no doubt when people visit that what's being done is being done from the heart, it's being done with excellence, and it's being done to really help people. There's no doubt about that.
It's all these people who are coming from the same place, that there are more important things than money in life, and one of the best things we can do is to give back.
We can't just isolate ourselves from that situation. We have to be a part of a whole.
I think there is nothing more gratifying than to see a child smile the first time they were able to stand, only because they got a pair of braces.
This is unique. What's happening here is unique. And I am really so grateful for our entire team.
We're the end of the road for them. There's no one else who's willing to do that for them if we say no.